Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Hope everyone's doing well on this Sunday night, currently 8:38 p.m. We saw two games of football today and tonight. We saw the Seagulls beat the Raiders 14 points to 6, and we saw the Sharks beat the Bulldogs 20 points to 18. Hope everyone's team got a win on the weekend. Unfortunately, my team couldn't, but that's enough about my team. I don't want to talk about the Cowboys, but I'm here to talk about the two games between Canberra versus Manly and Cronulla versus Canterbury. So they were pretty decent games, I thought. Um, yeah, let's just get into it. So let's just go back to the Canberra versus Manly game, which was probably the game of the round, maybe, along with the Roosters and Eels. One of the best games of the round. Thought it was a very quality game of rugby league. Um, it sucks about Tommy Turbo. Done his hamstring. What an absolute shame. Um, Full credit to Josh Hodgson too for checking on him straight away, not being one of those assholes who just walk away laughing and stuff. But it was good for Josh Hodgson to do that. Shows his character. Um, as for the Raiders, I thought they were a bit off, as I have been the last couple of weeks. They were sloppy. Their completion rate was not great. I don't. What was it in the end? It wouldn't have been pretty. Completion 69%. That's just not good enough. Attack wise, they just couldn't crack Manly. Manly's defence was outstanding. I thought Jack Whiten had a bit of an off game for the Canberra side. I don't think he had a great game, in my honest opinion. He had a bit of a sloppy game. I thought Papali was a little bit quiet. What was Papali's meters? Yeah, Papali didn't even make over 100 meters, 114 meters. So that's unlike Josh Papali. I thought Canberra were off. I thought Manly, on the other hand, I thought they were outstanding. I thought, with all the injuries they had, it was one of the bravest wins in the club's history. It was gutsy as it gets. To beat last year's grand finalists with all the players they had out was a huge effort. Now, let me just go over who was actually out for Manly. There was no George Tafua, no Moses Suli. They lost Dylan Walker early. They lost, who else they lose? They lost Tom Trebojevic. They lost Brad Parker. They had no Martin Tapau. They lost, who else did they lose? They lost somebody else, didn't they? They had so many good key players out. They had half their back line was out. I thought Manly did a great job. Dylan Walker's injury didn't look too good. I hope he's all right. I understand Turbo might only miss a couple of weeks, but I think 6 weeks will be the longest time he'd be out for. The Brad Parker one was just ouch. Knocked himself out. Wasn't anything serious. He just sort of ran for a run. He slipped over and he's just like bang. It was brutal. Hope all the guys that got injured are doing okay. It was brutal. I think Campbelltown Stadium might need to be looked at. I think the surface is a bit bashed up. I wouldn't be playing any games there next weekend. I'll be putting them somewhere else in Sydney. As for Manly, I thought they played well. They defended well. Their defence was a solid 8 out of 10. I couldn't, or maybe a 9 out of 10. The defence was outstanding. Full credit to the Seagulls. Des Hasler's great coaching. It was a great performance from the Manly Football Club, and I thought they played well and they absolutely deserved to win the game. So, well done to Manly. As for Canberra, I thought Nico Clockstable was great. I thought Havili was okay in periods. Elliot Whitehead was underrated. Hodgson was good. I thought Hodgson and George Williams played really well, but they just couldn't crack Manly. Manly's defence was too good. What was Manly's completion rate? It would have been pretty. 91% completion rate. That's outstanding. 7-2 penalty count to Manly, which is a bit questionable, but, the penalties at the moment are an absolute disgrace. 14 errors from Canberra, 6 from Manly. Manly had 23 missed tackles, Canberra 19. Canberra made more tackles than Manly. I'm surprised by that a little bit. Oh, look, I thought Manly were good. My top 3 players on ground in that game, very hard to really select. There was a couple of real standouts. Okay, I'm going to go number 3. I'm going to go with... tough one for number 3. I'm going to go with Sean Kempy. I thought Sean Kempy had a solid game. Number 2, I'm going to go with Adam Fanua-Blake. And number 1, my man of the match, I'm going to go Curtis Sheridan. I thought Curtis Sheridan was outstanding for the Seagulls today. He did everything. Played centres at one stage. Try-saving tackle on Jordan Rapana. Great performance from Manly. I give the Canberra Raiders performance a 4 out of 10. I give the Manly Seagulls performance an 8.5 out of 10. All the injuries, great win for the Manly Seagulls. Let's move on to the game we just witnessed. Not going to spend too much time on this one. I thought it was an okay game. Cronulla beating Canterbury, 20 points to 18. Sione Katoa, what a game he had. He had a hat-trick. He had a great game. Sione Katoa. As for the Bulldogs, I thought Christian Crichton and Hopewade were outstanding. I thought that Tennis Lesniak, what a shot he did on Moylan. Good night, Matty Moylan. Moylan would be sore after that one. Poor Moylan. That was one of the biggest hits I've seen since George Tafua last year. That was a crazy hit. As for the Sharks, I thought Jesse Ramian was outstanding. Andrew Fafita played well, even though I did shit on Fafita about his weight a lot in the live stream, but I thought Fafita played well. 145 metres off the bench, that's outstanding. A guy like Fafita taking a leading by example. Let's have a look at some of the completion rates and stuff. Both styles completed at 85% completion rates. Sharks made more errors than the Bulldogs, 9-6. Sharks 9 errors, Bulldogs 6. Penalty count was 3-1. The six to goes were fucking ridiculous. There were so many of them in the game. It was making me sick. I was like, Jesus Christ, stop with the 6 to goes, please. There were so many of them. It was annoying, to be honest. Does it even say on Fox League how many 6 to goes there actually were? It doesn't even say it. That's ridiculous. Personally, I thought the Bulldogs were the better side. The Sharks won because they scored a couple of tries off kicks. The Bulldogs, I thought they were outstanding, but a couple of calls went against them. The referees did not decide the game at all, but there were some really tough calls against the Dogs. I thought the sin bin on... what was the sin bin? Was it Crichton? Someone got sin bin. I thought it was ridiculous. Same with Nakore. I thought his sin bin was a bit stupid. The two sin bins in the game were fucking ridiculous, in my opinion. I thought, for the Bulldogs, I thought they were brave, but again, defensively, they probably need to be a bit better, especially out wide on the wing there. They conceded a couple of easy tries there. Katoa had a hat-trick. The try that Bryson Goodwin scored was very soft. Shout out to Bryson Goodwin too. He had a fair game. Good to see him back in the NRL. Aaron Woods had a good game too, 179 metres. I'm not a fan of Aaron Woods, but he played really well. You know, wasn't a bad game at all, but, you know, I thought it was a quality game. All right, let's go for my man of the matches in this one. Number 3, I'm going to go with Shaun Johnson. I thought Shaun Johnson had a really strong game. Number 2, I'm going to give it to Christian Crichton. I thought Crichton was outstanding for Canterbury. And number 1, my man of the match, it goes to a fucking winger for once. You won't believe it. Sione Katoa gets my man of the match. He had 3 tries. I thought he was absolutely outstanding. I give the Bulldogs performance a 6.5 out of 10. I give the Sharks performance a 7.5 out of 10. It was a decent game for two sides that are expected to finish down somewhere between 11th and 15th, I guess. Everyone's expecting it to be around, 11th and 13th or something. It was a decent game for two sides that aren't expected to play finals football, but hey, a couple of wins together and next minute they're in contention for finals footy. So overall, I thought it was a decent game of footy. Now, before I get out of here, I want to go through the ladder. This is how the NRL ladder stands after round 6 of the NRL. So let me go through it, in case you're not aware of the ladder. So, first place, we got Parramatta. Second, Newcastle. Third, Penrith. Fourth, Roosters. Fifth, Raiders. Sixth, Storm. Seventh, Manly. And eighth, Rabbitohs. Not much of a surprise at the moment. Penrith are surprising me. I didn't think they'd be this good, but they are, in my opinion, a genuine top 4 contender this year. I don't think Penrith can win the comp, but I think they can finish in the top 4. They're a chance to finish top 4, Penrith. Newcastle doing well. Parramatta, Roosters all up there. Canberra, Melbourne, Manly are all there. South just in the 8. Not sure if they'll last on there, but they're in the 8 at the moment. 9th is the Tigers. That's no fucking surprise. I live on 9th position, the West Tigers. 10th is the Cowboys. They should be lower than that, the way the Cowboys are playing. 11th is the Sharks. 12th is the Dragons. 13th is the Warriors. 14th is the Broncos. Wowee. 15th is the Dogs. And last is the Gold Coast Titans. Couple surprises there. Cowboys just outside the 8, probably need to win ASAP. They got an absolutely ridiculous draw coming up. They got to play everyone in the top 8 in the next 6-7 weeks or so. So good luck for the Cowboys. A lot of injuries, so it's going to be tough. Sharks are now hanging around the 8. Tigers are thereabouts. Dragons are coming a little bit. I don't know how well the Dragons will go. They're doing okay. Broncos need to get some shit going. Broncos and Titans is an important game on Saturday night. But anyway, guys, hope I'm getting out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed the Sunday football review. Pretty good games of footy. I thought the Bulldogs and Sharks game was very decent. Manly Canberra was all right as well. So anyway, I'm getting out of here. Make sure you guys go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share the video around. Thanks for watching the live streams. There'll be only 2 live streams. Probably from next week onwards. I'll stream the Cowboys and Knights game on Saturday. And the other game, not too sure yet. I'll figure it out. Anyway, guys, until then, see you in the next one.